Saturn in Aquarius. This is my natal Saturn. Saturn in Aquarius. Where to begin? Where to begin? This is another Saturnian placement that is in its natural place. Saturn rules both Capricorn and Aquarius, and I'll say the same thing I said with Saturn and Cap. That there's something about having this energy in your natal chart that makes you very much in tune with all that Saturn has to offer. And Saturn has a hell of a lot to offer. Saturn is all about karma, about past lives, about lessons, about discipline and hard work, and being able to truly craft a life of meaning, of purpose, of being in tune with what makes you tick, why you're alive, and not so much seen from like a passion perspective like Mars, or even philosophical moralistic perspective like Jupiter, but a bare bones, why are you here? What are you here to learn? Just like I said in the Saturn video, being human is a wonderful thing, but it's a very serious thing too. We are bound to our bodies. We are this material reality, thanks to Saturn, forming the skeletal system and whatnot. It's very constricting, but also very functional influence. And so being human beings, yes, life is meant to be fun, and we're meant to enjoy, and we're meant to express ourselves and reach new heights and do all these things. But we have very serious things that we need to learn here too, and it's just part of the game of life. Of what do I need to grow? How do I need to grow? Why? And how do I become a better person? And how do I fulfill myself more? And how do I make the world a better place? What is my role here? What is my part in all of this? And to have Saturn in Aquarius means that you're very much in tune with this. It's a very serious thing in your life, and it's serious for everyone. But to be in tune with your Saturnian energy is the most, in my perspective, my opinion, the most the most powerful, really, of all the energies to be in tune with. Because if you understand where Saturn functions in your life, how it restricts you, but it also gives you form, you are fully in charge of your life. You are fully able to direct it. And you are fully able to weather all obstacles that come your way. And like I've said before, when you're in tune with Saturn, when Saturn return happens, the most challenging astrological return, basically when the transiting planet is the same as your natal planet, in this case Saturn, if you're in tune with this energy, your natal energy of Saturn, those returns are a piece of cake. It becomes so much easier to get in tune with them and to be disciplined and to make use of that restriction. What seems like obstacles are really growth opportunities to really do hard work and to be very disciplined and get things done, get stuff done that you need to. And so with Saturn in Aquarius, there's already, objectively speaking, there's already huge progress made as per life lessons, as per fate and karma, I find there's a true wisdom with this energy. And I see it in my compatriots who have this energy. There's a very beautiful maturity there, and a very beautiful wisdom that just gets better with time. And like with any Saturnian energy, life does get better with time. In the beginning, it can be very restricting and very challenging, but as time goes on and things develop, and you get stronger and you get wiser through your experiences, you learn things, life just gets infinitely better. And to have Saturn in Aquarius really means that you're truly focused on why you're here, and you're able to truly concentrate and to achieve what you're meant to achieve. And with life, again, it just gets better, even more so because Saturn is in a Saturnian sign. So time is your friend. It's always your friend for everyone, but especially with this energy, time is your friend. I know for me, the restriction came when I was younger of how do I relate to the entire world, because I had all these desires, these needs to relate to the entire world and to be able to ascend to global consciousness, not for any kind of, bullshit ego reason, like, oh, I need the attention. No, it wasn't that. It was, I knew I could help in a certain way, and I knew my ideas and how I was, my originality. Everyone has genius, and where you have Aquarius in your chart shows your genius. And for me to have Saturn and Aquarius, I knew that I had something of true value to give. I didn't know how, though. And again, everyone does, but for me in particular, my gifts of true value, I needed to develop them. I needed to think about them. And so I've spent so much time studying astrology and astronomy and just how behavior functions in this planet, and how we function as human beings, both on our own, with each other, with nature, with our planet, with the galaxies, the universe. It's I needed time to develop all that. And so perfect example, if I would have done these videos a couple of years ago, it wouldn't have functioned. It wouldn't have been good, it wouldn't have been, I needed that time to develop my mind, and with Saturn and Aquarius, it's really important, is needing time and working with time and being patient to develop who you are as a person, to develop your originality, to develop your thoughts, your expressions, your ideas, to make them worthwhile. Something that's really I really love about this energy, that makes me incredibly practical and utilitarian. Ideas, and I've read this in a couple of Saturn and Aquarius astrological sites, is my ideas have to be useful for them to be interesting, and it's so true. Being a Gemini with Mercury in Gemini and Sun and Mercury in the house of Aquarius, so all sorts of Aquarian energy, like random thoughts and ideas and stuff, sometimes not the best or most useful. With Saturn and Aquarius, it necessarily provides that obstacle of, is this going to be useful? Is this going to help somebody? Is it going to help me as well as help them? Is this worth the time? Is it practical? It has a great gift for this energy, a great utilitarianism. And Saturn in Cap is admittedly far more better at being grounded and and judging whether something is practical or not. But with Saturn in Aquarius, that gift is still there, and you add, maybe take away a little bit of the practicality, but add the vision. And holy shit, with Saturn in Aquarius, my experiences in this life, it's been really beautiful to have this energy and to have that vision of, and it takes a long time to fulfill that vision, but I have visions of the future all the time. And it's a very beautiful thing when you figure out your role to play in the world, and how to be helpful and how to be useful, and also, most importantly, to fulfill yourself in the process. Those things go hand in hand. What gift you have to give to the world is never detracting from your own being. Hell, you are the gift that you have to give to the world. And Saturn and Aquarius, it's even more so because of our originality, because of our very just different way of seeing things, of seeing life, and seeing fate and purpose, and just, why am I here? What do I have to offer? What do I have to learn too? Saturn's lessons aren't always fun. In fact, very often they're very much not fun. But it's important to roll with the punches and to get through them and to grow, because otherwise we would just be squandering our energy. We wouldn't be fulfilling anything. We wouldn't be accomplishing anything. It's thanks to Saturn's influence, and especially Saturn in Aquarius, that well, in general, it's very awesome to have Saturn's influence in our solar system, because it's what creates the buildings that stand, the institutions that stand, the incredible shifts from one way of being to another. It's said with the Age of Aquarius. I haven't said about that. The Age of Aquarius has been foretold for a long, long time. I mean, thousands of years of being this golden age, and it's because of Saturn's influence over the next 2,000 years that we as a human species are going to be able to reach amazing new heights that we can't even possibly imagine in this day, and heights of technology, of humanitarianism, of freedom, of expression, of thought, of ideas, of understanding ourselves, of understanding others, the universe, of understanding our place in the universe. Science, I mean, you know, biotechnology, robotic technology, all of this is within our grasp in the next 2,000 years. And the beautiful thing is, it's not like this is a flash in the pan. It's not like this is going to happen and then humanity will fizzle out. Hell, after that we have Saturn and Cap, astrological energies. And by then I know we'll be all over, you know, the galaxy, if not the universe at that point. But seen from Earth perspective, as we move on into the age of Capricorn, Saturn's influence is going to be as strong, just a different way of being. So it's very, very amazing, really, to be alive at this time and to be able to understand our future understanding, you know, as well as our present understanding of how is this going to grow. It's beyond words of how beautiful it is. And to have Saturn in Aquarius is such an amazing role, you know, an amazing energy to have at this time. With this age, this next 2,000 years, you know, those with Saturn in Aquarius and also Capricorn are very much elders. You know, I've always felt that and it doesn't make us better than anyone. It doesn't make us. Everyone has their gifts to offer, you know, but there is a very special wisdom and maturity, I find, of this soul wisdom of those who have these two Saturns. And, you know, even more so with Aquarius, considering that's the age that we're going into. And with those older than us, with those younger than us, we'll find with this energy of being in a place to really help people, of being able to provide perspective and provide ideas and thoughts that help move the world along, that progress in very beautiful, positive ways. It's very humbling, actually, to have this energy, I find, just because of how much power it has. But it's really important to use that power for everyone, you know. One of the challenges with Saturn and Aquarius is, again, needing to unite with the entire world, with the entire oneness consciousness, you know, with God, I guess you could say, the universe, however you understand, however you put it. And, you know, I've experienced how when that's frustrated, when you're younger, when that's thwarted, where you see these visions in your role, but you don't quite know how to get about to do that, it can get very depressing. And feel very restricted. And in fact, the opposite happens, where you retreat instead of trying to embrace everybody. You retreat into becoming a loner, basically, to being an individual only for your own means. But that, you know, that serves for the short term and the temporary when you feel like that. But finding your true purpose and living that out day to day, that's what's really the best part of this energy. And when you find that way, and everybody has that way, nobody is excluded of all this Saturnian energy. It's not just ours. But when you find your way to accomplish what you know you need to accomplish, you know, with your soul, your life becomes a dream instead of a nightmare. And everything just flows beautifully, and you're a part of making the world a happier, gentler, more kind, loving place. And, you know, you're also contributing in ways that are very solid, very tangible, and in ways that truly make the world and your life better. And so, with Saturn and Aquarius, I really urge you to find your way to both be your own original, unique, uncompromisingly individualistic self, and also contribute to the world at large, to the universe at large. You know, everything that is greater than the one, you know, which is ultimately the one, but, you know, the small one, the microcosm versus the macrocosm. There's a very special bridge for those with this energy, I find, with us, between these two worlds, the macrocosm and the microcosm. The old astrological saying, as above, so below, really holds true. And we're able to see that and understand it. So I really urge you to be patient, because it's I know it's frustrating when younger. You feel you have so much to give and so much to help make the world progress, but not know exactly how. You need that time. You really do. You need that time to develop and to be able to truly grow and have something of value to offer. And you always have something of value to offer, just being yourself and being an individual and existing. Being is helping. But when you're in tune with your being, that's when you help all the more. And so again, just be patient. Your time will come. You just gotta be patient, and allow your evolution to take place. Keeping that vision in mind, and just doing the hard work necessary, and that you're capable of. This is an incredible. This energy has incredible potential for focus, once it's something that you're actually interested in. And astrology is a wonderful thing for us with this energy. Metaphysics in general. Even friends who has this energy who aren't quite interested in studying astrology, when I talk about it, we have incredible conversations. And it always ends up being, so what do you see the world going, being like in 10, 15, 1,000, 10,000 years? Embrace that side to you. Embrace the cosmonaut, the cosmic journeyer. Being able to handle, weird things like channelings, from other dimensions of other regions of time and space in the universe. There's infinite potential for understanding and comprehension with this energy. I mean, with all energies, really, but in the traditional sense of comprehension and understanding, this energy being an air energy, and being Saturn, again, the ruler of Aquarius, there is no limit. So, go. Really, that's the best way to live. So, another element to this energy is, like I was saying, Saturn shows restriction. And like I said in the cat video, I really need to figure out how to get a running schedule set up for me. I need to start running or get a treadmill or something, because when we're restricted in our lives in whatever sense, whether it's mental or social, spiritual, especially physical, Saturn in Aquarius will tend to restrict our circulation and tend to restrict our nervous system. And I find myself, when I haven't run for a while, especially when I'm smoking weed all the time, where parts of my body will fall asleep so easily, and other circulation stuff, which is pretty fun, actually. But it's really important to make sure that our systems are functioning smoothly. To have some kind of yoga works beautifully with this Saturn. There was a period of time where I was doing yoga for 9 months, and getting up at 6 in the morning, which is crazy, but it was worth it. So worth it. And it's just great to get our system circulating. I always do a yoga move, a couple yoga moves every day. I'm more erratic, so a regular practice isn't, I don't know if that's meant for me, but doing something to get the system flowing is very important for us with the Saturn. And you'll find, if you're feeling restricted in certain areas of your life, that your circulation going and your nervous system being restricted, those are good signs that you need to change something to get your system flowing again. Whether it's mental or emotional or physical or whatever. Physical, obviously, exercise works really well. Running, cardio. Mental, just exploring new ideas, especially Aquarian stuff, everything from astrology to tarot to just anything that's interesting, science, astronomy, psychology, physics, anything that's interesting. Emotional, it's important for us to express our emotions with this energy. We can be kind of cold in Aquarius sometimes. It is important for us to open up in that way. And and spiritual, I guess, is exploring past lives and whatnot. I find those with this energy are very in tune with their past lives consciously, and are very interested in exploring them, and that's fun. I do past life regressions too, so if you're interested, just let me know. Find me through Facebook, through the little link in the about section, and we can explore that together. It'll be fun. And I think the last thing about Saturn and Aquarius is, it's funny. Saturn represents the father figure or the authority figure. Well, the authority figure. It shows a lot about childhood. The moon sign and the Saturn sign, and the sun sign as well. But moon and Saturn show so much about childhood, and it's funny, and especially the dad, or the more masculine figure in one's life. So if you have two moms, the more masculine, mom. Um, it's interesting because my dad's in Aquarius, and my stepdad is right on the cusp of Aquarius, and my Saturn's in Aquarius, actually right on the cusp of Capricorn, which is what my stepdad is. So it's really funny to see that. It's really cool to see that. I'd love to hear your experiences. What it's like to have a father figure or masculine figure with this energy. If they are Aquarius, what it's like, what that means for you, and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, basically for me, my upbringing was very Aquarian. It was very, funnily enough, my parents are interested in astrology, but we didn't really, I was the one who kind of studied it and went into it. My upbringing was advanced in other ways, though. It was progressive in other ways, just in very, I don't know how to put it. My parents are very tolerant people, and my stepdad, I'm including, he's just as much, my parent as my mom or my dad, or my stepmom for that matter, too. And she's a lot of Aquarius, so that's funny. That's really funny. But, all four of my parents, let alone, my mom and my dad being actually Aquarius, I don't know, very tolerant, very just progressive, very, just, I love them. They're amazing people, and my childhood with that Saturn and Aquarius was very, I don't know, I felt free. I felt very free in a lot of ways, and very free to be myself. It was a very beautiful thing. And I couldn't have done it without them. So I'd love to hear your experiences with Saturn and childhood and whatnot. I'm very curious into that aspect of Saturn, and our upbringing and how we're formed. And so that's everything I have to say, as far as I can think. There's a huge aptitude, like I've said before, with astrology and whatnot, and especially science with this energy. And I really urge you to pursue that. Again, to pursue anything that fulfills you and that makes the world a better place. It's a beautiful gift, and we'll always be able to give it. So, just gotta find your way, and you will. It's just a matter of time and patience and dedication to yourself. Namaste.